What is up, everybody? JT Dangerously here once again. I am here to do my Week 8 college football predictions. Now, with Week 7 in the books, we are now into Week 8 of the college football season. So I am extremely excited to do my Week 8 college football predictions for you guys, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, our record in Week 7 was fantastic. We went 25-15, so we're coming in extremely hot, and I'm looking to keep it that way. So hopefully in this video, we will continue the winning ways. We're on a 7-week winning streak. Hopefully in this video, we make it 8 weeks in a row. Hopefully. Now, this is the first video of a combined 3-video day on the channel today, guys. So I hope you guys will be able to watch this video and all the fantastic videos we got on deck on the channel on this monster month of October this year. And as always, show your support on the channel as always, guys, by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons, hitting that notification bell, and commenting your picks, your opinions, and representing your college football teams in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel today, guys, as a first-time viewer, and this is your first video, boy, you picked to go in if you're a huge fan of college football like myself, and you're ready for Week 8 of the college football season. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm JT Dangerously. Welcome to the club, because this club is just to woo woo! Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into my Week 8 college football predictions. Let's start off with the game that will happen on Wednesday night. It is a Sun Belt East rivalry showdown between the Georgia State Panthers heading to Boone, North Carolina to face the Appalachian State Mountaineers. Now, this is the 9th meeting between Georgia State and Appalachian State. The Mountaineers have won the last 8 meetings over the Panthers, dating all the way back to 2014. So the Mountaineers have owned this rivalry for 8 years. Now, both teams are coming off their bye week. Georgia State's coming in at 2-4, and Appalachian State's coming in at 3-3. So coming from me in the Sun Belt East rivalry showdown on Wednesday night, I am going to go with the Appalachian State Mountaineers to get it done at home and defeat the Georgia State Panthers. And now the next matchups, which will happen on Thursday night. Starting off with a ACC Coastal rivalry showdown between the Virginia Cavaliers heading to Atlanta to face the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Now, this is the 44th meeting between Virginia and Georgia Tech. The series is tied, folks, 21-1. Now, the Cavaliers have won the last 2 meetings over the Yellow Jackets back in 2019 and last year, and the Yellow Jackets are looking to defeat the Cavaliers for the first time since 2018. Now, both teams are also coming off their bye week. Virginia is coming in at 2-4, and Georgia Tech is coming in at 3-3. So coming from me in this ACC Coastal rivalry showdown on Thursday night, I am going to go with the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets to get it done at home and defeat the Virginia Cavaliers in a close one. And now the next matchup on Thursday night. It is a Sun Belt West rivalry showdown between the Troy Trojans heading to Mobile, Alabama to face the South Alabama Jaguars. Now, this is the 11th meeting between Troy and South Alabama. Troy leads the old-time series 7-3. Now, the Trojans have won the last 4 meetings over the Jaguars, and the Jaguars are looking to defeat the Trojans for the first time since 2017. Now, Troy's coming in after defeating Texas State on Saturday. They're coming in at 5-2, and the Trojans are looking to continue winning ways with a victory on the road. The other side, you have the South Alabama Jaguars coming off their victory on Saturday night over Louisiana Monroe. The Jaguars are coming in at 5-1, and they are looking to get it done here at home. So, coming from me in the Sun Belt West rivalry showdown on Thursday night, I am going to go with the Troy Trojans to get it done on the road and defeat the South Alabama Jaguars. And now the next matchups, which will happen on Friday night. Starting off with an American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown between the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes heading to Philadelphia to face the Temple Owls. Now, this is the 7th meeting between Tulsa and Temple. The series is tied 3-3. Now, the Golden Hurricanes won the last meeting over the Owls last year, and the Owls are looking to defeat the Golden Hurricanes for the first time since 2018. Now, Tulsa's coming off their bye week. They're coming in at 2-4, and the Golden Hurricanes are looking to come off a bye with a big victory on the road. There is idea of the Temple Owls coming off their loss on Thursday to UCF, and the Owls are looking to rebound and bounce back at home. So coming from me in this American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown on Friday night, I am going to go with the Temple Owls to get it done at home and defeat the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes in a close one. And now the next matchup on Friday. It is a Conference USA rivalry showdown between the UAB Blazers heading to Bowling Green, Kentucky to face the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Now, this is the 9th meeting between UAB and Western Kentucky. The series is tied 4-4. Now, the Blazers won the last meeting over the Hilltoppers all the way back in 2020, and the Hilltoppers are looking to defeat the Blazers for the first time since 2019. Now, UAB is coming in after their victory over Charlotte on Saturday. They're coming in at 4-2, and the Blazers are looking to continue continue winning ways with a victory on the road. The other side, you have the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers coming off their victory on Saturday over Middle Tennessee, and Frank Harris and the Hilltoppers are looking to continue winning ways with a big victory at home. So coming from me in this Conference USA rivalry showdown on Friday night, I am going to go with the UAB Blazers to get it done on the road and defeat the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. And now the next matchup on Friday night. It is an Ivy League rivalry showdown between the undefeated Princeton Tigers heading to Allston, Massachusetts to face the Crimson of Harvard. Now this is the 114th meeting between Princeton and Harvard. Princeton leads the old-time series 58, 48, and 7. Now the Tigers have won the last 4 meetings over the Crimson, and the Crimson are looking to defeat the Tigers for the first time since 2016. Now Princeton's coming off their victory on Friday over Brown. They're coming in undefeated at 5-0, and the Tigers are looking to continue winning ways and get it done here on the road and remain undefeated. The other side, you have the Crimson of Harvard. Harvard coming off their victory over Howard on Saturday. They're coming in at 4-1, and the Crimson are looking to get it done at home and knock off the undefeated Tigers. So coming from me in this Ivy League rivalry showdown on Friday night, I am going to go with the undefeated Princeton Tigers to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Crimson of Harvard. And now the Saturday slate. Starting off with an American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown between the Houston Cougars heading to Annapolis to face the Navy Midshipmen. Now this is the 9th meeting between Houston and Navy. Houston leads the old-time series 6-2. Now the Cougars have won the last 2 meetings over the Midshipmen back in 2020 and last year, and the Midshipmen are looking to defeat the Cougars for the first time since 2019. Now Houston's coming off their bye week. They're coming in at 3-3, and the Cougars are looking to come off a bye with a big victory on the road. The other side, you have the Midshipmen of Navy coming off their loss on Friday to SMU, and the Midshipmen are looking to rebound and bounce back at home. So coming from me in this American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Houston Cougars to get it done on the road and defeat the Midshipmen of Navy in a close one. And our next matchup, it is a Sun Belt West rivalry showdown between the Arkansas State Red Wolves heading to Lafayette, Louisiana to face the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. Now this is the 49th meeting between Arkansas State and Louisiana. Louisiana leads the old-time series 27, 20, and 1. Now the Ragin' Cajuns have won the last 4 meetings over the Red Wolves, and the Red Wolves are looking to defeat the Ragin' Cajuns for the first time since 2017. Now Arkansas State's coming off their loss to Southern Miss on Saturday. They're coming in at 2-5, and the Red Wolves are looking to rebound and bounce back on the road. The other side, you have the Ragin' Cajuns of Louisiana coming off their victory on Wednesday over Marshall. They're coming in at 3-3, and the Ragin' Cajuns are looking to get it done here at home. So coming from me in the Sun Belt West rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns to get it done at home and defeat the Arkansas State Red Wolves in a close shootout. And our next matchup, it is a Conference USA rivalry showdown between the Mean Green of North Texas heading to the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas to face the Texas San Antonio Roadrunners. Now this is the 10th meeting between North Texas and Texas San Antonio. North Texas leads the old-time series 5-4. Now the Mean Green won last year's meeting over the Roadrunners, and the Roadrunners are looking to defeat the Mean Green for the first time in 2 years. Now North Texas is coming off their victory on Saturday over La Tech. They're coming in at 4-3, and the Mean Green are looking to get it done here on the road. The other side, you have the Texas San Antonio Roadrunners coming off their victory on Friday over Florida International, and the Roadrunners are looking to continue winning ways and get it done at home. So coming from me in this Conference USA rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Roadrunners of Texas San Antonio to get it done at home and defeat the North Texas Mean Green. Meet me. And our next matchup, it is an American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown between the Memphis Tigers heading to New Orleans, Louisiana to face the Green Wave of Tulane. Now this is the 39th meeting between Memphis and Tulane. Memphis leads the old-time series 24, 13, and 1. Now the Tigers won last year's meeting over the Green Wave, and the Green Wave are looking to defeat the Tigers for the first time in 2 years. Now Memphis is coming off their quadruple overtime loss on Saturday, losing to East Carolina. Memphis is coming in at 4-3, and the Tigers are looking to rebound and bounce back on the road. The other side, you have the Green Wave of Tulane coming off their victory on Saturday over South Florida. They're coming in at 6-1, bowl eligible, and the Green Wave are looking to continue winning ways and get a big victory at home. So coming from me in this American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Green Wave of Tulane to get it done at home and defeat the Memphis Tigers. And our next matchup, it is a MAC West rivalry showdown between the Eastern Michigan Eagles heading to Muncie, Indiana to face the Ball State Cardinals. Now this is the 64th meeting between Eastern Michigan and Ball State. Ball State leads the all-time series 37-24-2. Now the Cardinals have won the last 3 meetings over the Eagles, and the Eagles are looking to defeat the Cardinals for the first time since 2018. Now Eastern Michigan's coming off their loss on Saturday to Northern Illinois. They're coming in at 4-3, and the Eagles are looking to rebound and bounce back on the road. Thursday, you have the Ball State Cardinals coming off their loss on Saturday to UConn. They're also coming in at 4-3, and the Cardinals are looking to rebound and bounce back at home. So coming from me in this MAC West rivalry showdown and the Battle of the Birds, I am going to go with the Ball State Cardinals to rebound and bounce back at home and defeat the Eastern Michigan Eagles. And now next matchup, it is a Sun Belt East rivalry showdown between the Marshall Thundering Herd heading to Harrisburg, Virginia to face the Dukes of James Madison. Now Marshall's coming off their loss on Wednesday night to Louisiana. They're coming in at 3-3, and the Thundering Herd are looking to rebound and bounce back on the road. Thursday, you have the Dukes of James Madison coming off their first loss of the season on Saturday, losing to Georgia Southern, and the Dukes are looking to rebound and bounce back at home. So coming from me in the Sun Belt East rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Dukes of James Madison to rebound and bounce back at home and defeat the Thundering Herd of Marshall. And now next matchup, it is a Big Ten rivalry showdown between the Northwestern Wildcats heading to College Park, Maryland to face the Maryland Terrapins. Now this is only the third meeting between Northwestern and Maryland. The Wildcats have won the last 2 meetings over the Terps, dating all the way back to 2017 and 2020. So the Wildcats have owned this rivalry for 2 years. Now Northwestern's coming off their bye week. They're coming in at an abysmal 1-5, and the Wildcats are looking to come off a bye with their second victory of the season on the road. Thursday, of the Maryland Terrapins coming off their victory on Saturday over Indiana. Their star quarterback Tallulah Tonga did get hurt in that game, so the Terps are hopeful that he'll be back for this game, and they're looking to get it done here at home. So coming from me in this Big Ten rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Maryland Terrapins to get it done at home and get bowl eligible and defeat the Northwestern Wildcats. And now next matchup, it is an independent rivalry showdown between the BYU Cougars heading to Lynchburg, Virginia to face the Liberty Flames. Now this is only the second meeting between BYU and Liberty. The Cougars won the last meeting over the Flames all the way back in 2019, so the Cougars have owned this rivalry for 3 years. Now starting off with BYU, they're coming off their shellacking beatdown loss to the Arkansas Razorbacks on Saturday, and the Cougars are looking to rebound and bounce back on the road. Thursday, you have the Liberty Flames coming off their nail-biter victory over Garden Webb on Saturday. They're coming in at 6-1, and the Flames are looking to continue winning ways and get it done at home. So coming from me in this independent rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Liberty Flames to get it done at home and defeat the BYU Cougars in a close one. And now next matchup, it is an American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown between the UCF Knights heading to Greenville, North Carolina to face the East Carolina Pirates. Now this is the 21st meeting between UCF and Eastern Carolina. The series is tied, folks, 10-10. Now the Knights have won the last 6 meetings over the Pirates, dating all the way back to 2016, and the Pirates are looking to defeat the Knights for the first time since 2015. Now UCF is coming off their beatdown victory on Thursday night, defeating Temple, and I know my good friend Scott Weeks in Sports, who is a die-hard UCF Knights fan, is hopeful his Knights can continue winning ways and get bowl eligible with a victory on the road. There on the side, you have the East Carolina Pirates coming off their victory in quadruple overtime over Memphis on Saturday. They're coming in at 4-3, and the Pirates are looking to get it done here at home. So coming from me in this American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown, I am going to go with my good friend Scott Weeks in Sports and his UCF Knights to get it done on the road and get bowl eligible with the victory and defeat the East Carolina Pirates. And now next matchup, it is a Big Ten West rivalry showdown between the Purdue Boilermakers heading to Madison, Wisconsin to face the Wisconsin Badgers. Now this is the 89th meeting between Purdue and Wisconsin. Wisconsin leads the all-time series 51-29-8. Now the Badgers have won the last 15 meetings over the Boilermakers dating all the way back to 2004, and the Boilermakers are looking to finally defeat the Badgers for the first time since 2003. Now Purdue's coming off their victory on Saturday night over Nebraska, and Aiden O'Connell and the Boilermakers are looking to get it done here on the road. Thursday, you have the Wisconsin Badgers coming off their double overtime loss to Michigan State on Saturday, and the Badgers are looking to rebound and bounce back at home. So coming from me in this Big Ten West rivalry showdown, I am going to go with Aiden O'Connell and the Purdue Boilermakers to get it done on the road and get bowl eligible and defeat the Wisconsin Badgers in a shootout. And now next matchup, it is an SEC rivalry between the Texas A&M Aggies heading to Columbia, South Carolina to face the South Carolina Gamecocks. Now this is the 9th meeting between Texas A&M and South Carolina. The Aggies have won the last 8 meetings over the Gamecocks, dating all the way back to 2014. So the Aggies have owned this rivalry for 8 years. Now, starting off with the Aggies, they're coming off their bye week. They're coming in at 3-3. And for me, Jimbo Fisher's job is on the line this season because he had all that hype about the Aggies being great this season, and they're only 3-3. So the Aggies are looking to come off a bye with a big victory on the road. Thursday, you have the South Carolina Gamecocks coming off their bye week. They're coming in at 4-2, and the Gamecocks are looking to come off a bye with a victory at home. So coming from me in this SEC rivalry, I am going to go with Spencer Rattler, the former Oklahoma Sooner, and the South Carolina Gamecocks to get it done at home and defeat the Texas A&M Aggies. Gamecocks! And our next matchup, it is a Mountain West Conference rivalry showdown between my city's Fresno State Bulldogs heading to Albuquerque, New Mexico to face the New Mexico Lobos. Now this is the 20th meeting between Fresno State and New Mexico. Fresno State leads the all-time series 14-5. Now the Bulldogs won last year's meeting over the Lobos, and the Lobos are looking to defeat the Bulldogs for the first time in over 2 years. Now Fresno State's coming off their big victory on Saturday night in the Valley Cup, defeating San Jose State. They're coming in at 2-4, and Jet Tedford and the Bulldogs are looking to continue winning ways and get a big victory on the road. Thursday, you have the New Mexico Lobos coming off their surprising loss on Saturday night, losing to New Mexico State, and the Lobos are looking to rebound and bounce back at home. So coming from me in this Mountain West Conference rivalry showdown, I am going to go with Jet Tedford and my city's Fresno State Bulldogs to get it done on the road and defeat the New Mexico Lobos. And now next matchup is an American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown between the Cincinnati Bearcats heading to Dallas, Texas to face the SMU Mustangs. Now this is the 7th meeting between Cincinnati and SMU. Cincinnati leads the all-time series 5-1. Now the Bearcats have won the last 3 meetings over the Mustangs, and the Mustangs are looking to finally defeat the Bearcats for the first time since 2017. Now Cincinnati's coming off their bye week. They're coming in at 5-1, and they just need 1 win to be bowl eligible, and they're looking to get it done here on the road. Thursday, you have the SMU Mustangs coming off their victory on Friday over Navy, and Tanner Mordecai and the Mustangs are looking to continue winning ways and get it done at home. So coming from me in this American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Cincinnati Bearcats to get it done on the road and become bowl eligible and defeat the SMU Mustangs in a close one. And now next matchup, it is a Big Ten East rivalry showdown between the Indiana Hoosiers heading to New Jersey to face the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Now this is the 9th meeting between Indiana and Rutgers. Indiana leads the all-time series 5-3. Now the Scarlet Knights won last year's meeting over the Hoosiers, and the Hoosiers are looking to defeat the Scarlet Knights for the first time in 2 years. Now Indiana's coming off their loss on Saturday to Maryland. They're coming in at 3-4, and the Hoosiers are looking to rebound and bounce back and get back to 500 with a victory on the road. Thursday, you have the Rutgers Scarlet Knights coming off their bye week. They're coming in at 3-3, and the Scarlet Knights are looking to come off a bye with a victory at home. So coming from me in this Big Ten East rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Indiana Hoosiers to rebound and bounce back on the road and defeat the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. And now next matchup, it is a MAC rivalry showdown between the Bowling Green Falcons heading to Mount Pleasant, Michigan to face the Central Michigan Chippewas. Now this is the 43rd meeting between Bowling Green and Central Michigan. Bowling Green leads the all-time series 23-19. Now the Chippewas won the last meeting over the Falcons all the way back in 2019, and the Falcons are looking to defeat the Chippewas for the first time since 2018. Now Bowling Green's coming off their victory over Miami of Ohio on Saturday. They're coming in at 3-4, and the Falcons are looking to continue winning ways and get back to 500 with a victory on the road. Thursday, you have the Central Michigan Chippewas coming off their victory over Akron on Saturday. They're coming in at 2-5, and the Chippewas are looking to continue winning ways and get it done at home. So coming from me in this MAC rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Bowling Green Falcons to get it done on the road and get back to 500 and defeat the Central Michigan Chippewas. And now next matchup, it is an ACC Coastal rivalry showdown between the Duke Blue Devils heading to Miami to face the Miami Hurricanes, aka the U. Now this is the 20th meeting between Duke and Miami. The U leads the all-time series 15-4. Now the Hurricanes have won the last 2 meetings over the Blue Devils back in 2020 and last year, and the Blue Devils are looking to defeat the Hurricanes for the first time since 2019. Now Duke is coming off their loss to North Carolina on Saturday. They're coming in at 4-3, and the Blue Devils are looking to rebound and bounce back on the road. Thursday, you have the Miami Hurricanes coming off their victory over Virginia Tech on Saturday, and the U is looking to continue winning ways and get above 500 with a victory at home. So coming from me in this ACC Coastal rivalry showdown, I am going to go with Tyler Van Dyke and the U to get it done at home and get back above 500 and defeat the Duke Blue Devils in a close one. And now next matchup between the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks heading to West Point to face the Black Knights of Army. Now this is only the second meeting between Louisiana Monroe and Army. The Black Knights won the last meeting over the Warhawks all the way back in 2020. So the Black Knights have owned this rivalry for 2 years. Now Louisiana Monroe is coming off their loss on Saturday to South Alabama. They're coming in at 2-5, and the Warhawks are looking to rebound and bounce back on the road. The other side, you have the Black Knights of Army coming off their victory over Colgate. I'm not talking about the toothbrush. I'm talking about Colgate University on Saturday. They're coming in at 2-4, and the Black Knights are looking to continue winning ways and get a victory at home. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the boys at West Point, the Black Knights of Army, to get it done at home and defeat the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. And now next matchup between the University of Tennessee Martin Skyhawks heading to old Rocky Top, Knoxville, Tennessee to face the undefeated Tennessee Volunteers. Now Tennessee Martin's Skyhawks are coming off their victory on Saturday over Murray State. They're coming in at 4-2, and the Skyhawks are looking to pull off a huge upset by knocking off the undefeated Volunteers on the road. The other side, you have the undefeated Tennessee Volunteers coming off, in my opinion, the best game of the year in the SEC when they defeated the then undefeated Alabama Crimson Tide at home. And what about Hendon Hooker? That guy had one hell of a game and quite easily his biggest win of his quarterback career in Tennessee. And the Volunteers are looking to continue winning ways and remain undefeated. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with Hendon Hooker and old Rocky Top, the Tennessee Volunteers, to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the University of Tennessee Martin Skyhawks in a blowout. And now next matchup between the UNLV Rebels heading to South Bend to face the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Now UNLV is coming off their loss on Saturday night to the Air Force Academy. They're coming in at 4-3, and the Rebels are looking to rebound and bounce back on the road. The other side, you have the Fighting Irish and Notre Dame coming off their surprising loss on Saturday to Stanford, and the Fighting Irish are looking to rebound and bounce back at home. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame to rebound and bounce back at home and get above 500 and defeat the UNLV Rebels. And now next matchup, it is a Big 12 rivalry showdown between the West Virginia Mountaineers heading to Lubbock, Texas to face the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Now this is the 12th meeting between West Virginia and Texas Tech. West Virginia leads the old-time series 6-5. Now the Red Raiders have won the last 3 meetings over the Mountaineers, and the Mountaineers are looking to defeat the Red Raiders for the first time since 2018. Now West Virginia is coming off their big victory on Thursday night defeating Baylor. They're coming in at 3-3, and the Mountaineers are looking to continue winning ways and get a victory on the road to get above 500. There's the idea of the Red Raiders of Texas Tech coming off their bye week. They're also coming in at 3-3, and the Red Raiders are looking to come off a bye with a victory at home. So coming from me in this Big 12 rivalry showdown between these two 3-3 squads looking to get above 500 with a victory, I am going to go with the Texas Tech Red Raiders to get it done at home and get above 500 and defeat the West Virginia Mountaineers in a shootout. And now next matchup, it is a Pac-12 rivalry showdown between the Arizona State Sun Devils heading to Stanford, California to face the Stanford Cardinal. Now this is the 34th meeting between Arizona State and Stanford. Arizona State leads the old-time series 18-15. Now the Sun Devils won last year's meeting over the Cardinal, and the Cardinal are looking to defeat the Sun Devils for the first time since 2018. Now Arizona State's coming off their bye week. They're coming in at 2-4, and the Sun Devils are looking to come off a bye with a victory on the road. There's the idea of the Stanford Cardinal coming off their victory on Saturday night defeating Notre Dame, and the Cardinal are looking to continue winning ways and get it done at home. So coming from me in this Pac-12 rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Stanford Cardinal to get it done at home and defeat the Arizona State Sun Devils in a close one. And now next matchup, it is an SEC East rivalry showdown between the Vanderbilt Commodores heading to Columbia, Missouri to face the Missouri Tigers. Now this is the 15th meeting between Vanderbilt and Missouri. Missouri leads the all-time series 9-4-1. Now the Tigers have won the last 2 meetings over the Commodores back in 2020 and last year, and the Commodores are looking to defeat the Tigers for the first time since 2019. Now Vanderbilt's coming off their shutout loss to Georgia on Saturday. They're coming in at 3-4, and the Commodores are looking to rebound and bounce back on the road and get back to 500. There's the idea of the Missouri Tigers coming off their bye week. They're coming in at 2-4, and the Tigers are looking to come off a bye with a victory at home. So coming from me in this SEC East rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Vanderbilt Commodores to rebound and bounce back on the road and get back to 500 and defeat the Missouri Tigers in a close shootout. And now the next matchup. It is an ACC Atlantic rivalry showdown between the Boston College Eagles heading to Winston-Salem, North Carolina to face the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Now this is the 29th meeting between Boston College and Wake Forest. Boston College leads the old-time series 14-12-2. Now the Demon Deacons have won the last 2 meetings over the Eagles, and the Eagles are looking to defeat the Demon Deacons for the first time since 2018. Now Boston College is coming off their bye week. They're coming in at 2-4, and the Eagles are looking to come off a bye with a big victory on the road. Their side, you have the Wake Forest Demon Deacons coming off their bye week. They're coming in at 5-1, just 1 win away from bowl eligibility, and the Demon Deacons are looking to come off a bye with a big victory at home. So coming from me in this ACC Atlantic rivalry showdown, I am going to go with Sam Hartman and the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest to get it done at home and become bowl eligible and defeat the Boston College Eagles. And now next matchup. It is a huge Big 12 rivalry showdown, one of the big games in Week 8 of the college football season between our hated rivals, the Texas Longhorns, heading to Stillwater, Oklahoma, to face our hated rivals, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Now this is the 37th meeting between Texas and Oklahoma State. Texas leads the old-time series 26-10. Now the Cowboys won last year's meeting over the Longhorns, and the Longhorns are looking to defeat the Cowboys for the first time in 2 years. Now Texas is coming off their victory over Iowa State on Saturday, and the Longhorns are looking to continue winning ways and get a victory on the road to become bowl eligible. Their side, you have the Oklahoma State Cowboys coming off their double overtime loss to undefeated TCU on Saturday. They're coming in at 5-1, and Mike Gundy, Spencer Sanders, and the Cowboys are looking to rebound and bounce back at home and become bowl eligible. So coming from me in this massive Big 12 rivalry showdown, one of the big games in Week 8 of the college football season between our 2 hated rivals, this one's going to be a good one. This is definitely going to be a shootout for sure. But coming from me, I'm going to go with Quinn Ellers, Bijan Robinson, and the Texans Longhorns to get it done on the road and defeat the Oklahoma State Cowboys in a shootout. Hook 'em. And now next matchup. It is a Pac-12 rivalry showdown between the Washington Huskies heading to Berkeley, California to face the Cal Golden Bears. Now this is the 101st meeting between Washington and Cal. Washington leads the old-time series 55-41-4. Now the Huskies won last year's meeting over the Golden Bears, and the Golden Bears are looking to defeat the Huskies for the first time since 2019. Now Washington's coming off their big victory on Saturday over Arizona. Their fantastic quarterback, Michael Penix Jr., had, I think it was 6 touchdowns in that game, and the Huskies are looking to get it done on the road and become bowl eligible with a victory. Their side, you have the Cal Golden Bears coming off their loss in overtime, losing to the now 1-win Colorado Buffaloes on Saturday, and the Golden Bears are looking to rebound and bounce back at home. So coming from me in this Pac-12 rivalry showdown, this one should be good. Michael Penix Jr. for Washington versus Jack Plummer for Cal. This one's going to be good. But coming from me, I'm going to go with Michael Penix Jr. and the Washington Huskies to get it done on the road and become bowl eligible and defeat the Cal Golden Bears. And now next matchup. It is another huge Big 12 rivalry showdown, another big game in Week 8 of the college football season between the Kansas State Wildcats heading to Fort Worth, Texas to face the undefeated TCU Horned Frogs. Now this is the 16th meeting between Kansas State and TCU. Kansas State leads the old-time series 8-7. Now the Wildcats have won the last 3 meetings over the Horned Frogs, and the Horned Frogs are looking to defeat the Wildcats for the first time since 2018. Now the Wildcats of Kansas State are coming off their bye week. They're coming in at 5-1, and the Wildcats are looking to come off a bye with a big victory on the road and become bowl eligible. Their side, you have the undefeated TCU Horned Frogs coming off their victory in overtime over Oklahoma State on Saturday, and this Horned Frogs team is the real deal with Max Duggan running the show, and the Horned Frogs are looking to get it done at home and remain undefeated. So coming from me in this massive Big 12 rivalry showdown, another big game in Week 8 of the college football season, ooh, man, this one's going to be good. But coming from me, I am going to go with Max Duggan and the undefeated TCU Horned Frogs to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Kansas State Wildcats in a banger. And now next matchup. It is another Big 12 rivalry showdown between the Kansas Jayhawks heading to Waco, Texas to face the Baylor Bears. Now this is the 22nd meeting between Kansas and Baylor. Baylor leads the old-time series 17-4. Now the Bears have won the last 12 meetings over the Jayhawks, and the Jayhawks are looking to defeat the Bears for the first time, folks, since 2007, 15 years ago. Now Kansas is coming off their loss on Saturday to my Oklahoma Sooners. They did not have their talented quarterback Jalen Daniels in that game, but the Jayhawks are looking to rebound and bounce back on the road. Their side of the Baylor Bears coming off their surprising loss on Thursday night, losing to West Virginia, and the Bears are looking to rebound and bounce back at home. So coming from me in this Big 12 rivalry showdown, I am going to go with Jalen Daniels and the Kansas Jayhawks to rebound and bounce back on the road and become bowl eligible and defeat the Baylor Bears. Rock Chalk, Jayhawk. And our next matchup, it is an SEC West rivalry showdown, and it is known as the Magnolia Bowl, between the undefeated Ole Miss Rebels heading to Death Valley in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to face the LSU Tigers. Now, this is the 111th meeting between Ole Miss and LSU. LSU leads the all-time series 64-41-4. Now, the Rebels won last year's meeting over the Tigers, and the Tigers are looking to defeat the Rebels for the first time in 2 years. Now, starting off with Ole Miss, they're coming off their big victory over Auburn on Saturday. They're coming in undefeated at 7-0, and who would have thought that the Ole Miss Rebels would have this hell of a season coming into week number 8, and they're still undefeated. And the Rebels are looking to get a big marquee victory here on the road and remain undefeated. There's the idea of the LSU Tigers coming off their victory on Saturday night over Florida. They're coming in at 5-2, and Brian Kelly and the Tigers are looking to continue winning ways and get it done at home. So coming from me in this SEC West rivalry showdown to see who will win the Magnolia Bowl this year, man, who would have thought Ole Miss would be undefeated coming into week number 8? I thought they would have lost at least 1 or 2 games this season, but the fact that they're undefeated is pretty damn impressive. So coming from me, I am going to go with the Ole Miss Rebels to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the LSU Tigers in a close shootout. And our next matchup, it is a Mountain West Conference West rivalry showdown between the San Diego State Aztecs heading to Reno, Nevada to face the Nevada Wolfpack. Now, this is the 15th meeting between San Diego State and Nevada. San Diego State leads the all-time series 8-6. Now, the Aztecs won last year's meeting over the Wolfpack, and the Wolfpack are looking to defeat the Aztecs for the first time in 2 years. Now, San Diego State is coming off their bye week. They're coming in at 3-3, and the Aztecs are looking to come off a bye with a victory on the road and get back to 500. There is the idea of the Nevada Wolfpack coming off their very late night Saturday night loss to Hawaii, and they're coming in at 2-5, and the Wolfpack are looking to rebound in the worst way at home. So coming from me in this Mountain West Conference West rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the San Diego State Aztecs to get it done on the road and get back to 500 and defeat the Nevada Wolfpack in a shootout. And now next matchup, it is a colossal Pac-12 rivalry showdown in which College Game Day will be at this game, one of the big games in Week 8 of the college football season, between the undefeated UCLA Bruins heading to Eugene to face the Oregon Ducks. Now, this is the 71st meeting between UCLA and Oregon. UCLA leads the all-time series 39-31. Now, the Ducks have won the last 3 meetings over the Bruins, and the Bruins are looking to finally defeat the Ducks for the first time since 2017. Now, both teams are coming off their bye week. UCLA is coming in undefeated at 6-0, and Oregon's coming in at 5-1. So, coming from me in this colossal Pac-12 rivalry showdown, one of the big games in week number 8 of the college football season, and College Game Day will be in Eugene this Saturday morning. This one's going to be a fantastic matchup. I mean, you got Dorian Thompson-Robinson, DTR, you got Chip Kelly, and this amazing run that the UCLA Bruins are having against Bo Nix and the Oregon Ducks, who have surged after that one loss to Georgia in week 1. They have gotten better and better week after week. So this one's going to be fun, and I'm wondering, is it going to be the Bruin head or is it going to be the Duck for Lee Corso and the mascot protection? That's going to be good. But coming from me, I am going to go with Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Chip Kelly, and the undefeated UCLA Bruins to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Oregon Ducks in a banger. And now next matchup, it is a Big Ten rivalry showdown, and it's the battle for the Governor's Victory Bell between the Minnesota Golden Gophers heading to Happy Valley to face the Penn State Nittany Lions. Now this is the 16th meeting between Minnesota and Penn State. Penn State leads the all-time series 9-6. Now the Golden Gophers won the last meeting over the Nittany Lions all the way back in 2019, and the Nittany Lions are looking to finally defeat the Golden Gophers for the first time since 2016. Now both teams are coming off losses in the Big Ten. Minnesota is coming off their loss to Illinois on Saturday, coming in at 4-2, and Penn State's coming off their loss to Michigan on Saturday, coming in at 5-1. So coming from me in this Big Ten rivalry showdown to see who will have possession of the Governor's Victory Bell, I am going to go with Sean Clifford and the Penn State Nittany Lions to rebound and bounce back at home and become bowl eligible and defeat the Minnesota Golden Gophers in a close one. We are Penn State. And now next matchup. It is a massive and a huge ACC Atlantic rivalry showdown. One of the other big games in week number 8 of the college football season between the undefeated Syracuse Orangemen heading to Death Valley in Columbia, South Carolina to face the undefeated Clemson Tigers. Now this is the 11th meeting between Syracuse and Clemson. Clemson leads the all-time series 8-2. Now the Tigers have won the last 4 meetings over the Orangemen, and the Orangemen are looking to finally defeat the Tigers for the first time since 2017. Now both teams are coming out very good week 7s in the ACC conference. Syracuse is coming off their big victory over NC State, and Clemson's coming off their big victory over Florida State. So coming from me in this colossal ACC Atlantic rivalry showdown, one of the big games in week number 8 of the college football season between these two undefeated squads. Ooh, man, this one's going to be good. This is definitely Syracuse's biggest and toughest test this season. If they can knock off Clemson on the road, they're definitely the real deal this year. But coming from me, I am going to go with Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Orangemen of Syracuse in a banger. And now next matchup. It is a Mountain West Conference rivalry showdown between my Boise State Broncos heading to the Air Force Academy to face the Air Force Academy Falcons. Now this is the 11th meeting between Boise State and the Air Force Academy. Boise State leads the all-time series 6-4. Now the Falcons won last year's meeting over my Broncos, and my Broncos are looking to defeat the Falcons for the first time in 2 years. Now my Broncos are coming off their bye week. They're coming in at 4-2, and our Broncos are looking to come off a bye with a big victory on the road. There's idea of the Air Force Academy Falcons coming off their victory on Saturday night over UNLV. They're coming in at 5-2, and the Falcons are looking to continue winning ways and get it done at home and become bowl eligible. So coming from me in this Mountain West Conference Mountain rivalry showdown, this one's a tough one because Air Force has been pretty damn good this season. Maybe the best team out of all the military academies. But coming from me, I am going to go with my Boise State Broncos to get it done on the road and defeat the Air Force Academy Falcons in a close one. And now next matchup. It is a Big Ten rivalry showdown between the Iowa Hawkeyes heading to Columbus to face the undefeated Ohio State Buckeyes. Now this is the 65th meeting between Iowa and Ohio State. Ohio State leads the all-time series 46-15-3. Now the Hawkeyes won the last meeting over the Buckeyes all the way back in 2017, and the Buckeyes are looking to finally defeat the Hawkeyes for the first time since 2013. Now both teams are coming off their bye week. Iowa's coming in at 3-3, and Ohio State's coming in undefeated at 6-0. So coming from me in this Big Ten rivalry showdown, I am going to go with C.J. Stroud, in my opinion, the Heisman Trophy winner this year, and the undefeated Ohio State Buckeyes to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Iowa Hawkeyes. OHIO. And now next matchup. It is an ACC rivalry showdown between the Pitt Panthers heading to Louisville, Kentucky to face the Louisville Cardinals. Now this is the 19th meeting between Pittsburgh and Louisville. Pitt leads the all-time series 10-8. Now the Panthers have won the last 2 meetings over the Cardinals dating back to 2015 and 2020, and the Cardinals are looking to finally defeat the Pitt Panthers for the first time since 2012. Now both teams are coming off their bye week. Pittsburgh's coming in at 4-2, and Louisville's coming in at 3-3. So coming from me in this ACC rivalry showdown, this one should be good. 2 fantastic quarterbacks. Slovis versus hopefully Malik Cunningham for Louisville. But coming from me, I'm going to go with Malik Cunningham and the Louisville Cardinals to get it done at home and get above 500 and defeat the Pittsburgh Panthers in a shootout. And now the final matchup in week number 8 of the college football season. It is an SEC West rivalry showdown between the Mississippi State Bulldogs heading to Tuscaloosa to face the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now this is the 106th meeting between Mississippi State and Alabama. Alabama leads the all-time series 84-18-3. Now the Crimson Tide have won the last 14 meetings over the Bulldogs dating all the way back to 2008, and the Bulldogs are looking to defeat the Crimson Tide for the first time since 2007. If I remember right, that was the Johnny Manziel year in 2000. No, that was not the Johnny Manziel. That was a different quarterback. Sorry, 2007. Now, Mississippi State's coming off the loss on Saturday to Kentucky, and Will Rogers and the Bulldogs are looking to rebound and bounce back on the road and try to knock off the reigning SEC champions. There's the idea of the Alabama Crimson Tide coming off their heartbreaking loss on the road, losing to the Tennessee Volunteers, in my opinion, the best game of the year in the SEC, and Nick Saban and Bryce Young are looking to rebound and bounce back at home because I do not see Alabama losing 2 games in a row before the SEC Championship or the College Football Playoff. So coming from me in this huge SEC West rivalry showdown to wrap up week number 8 of the college football season, like I said, seeing Alabama lose twice in 1 year is rare, but seeing them lose twice in 2 weeks is even rarer. So coming from me, as much as I do like Will Rogers and the Bulldogs, I am going to go with Bryce Young, Nick Saban, and the Alabama Crimson Tide to get it back on track and rebound and bounce back at home and defeat the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Roll Tide! And those are my Week 8 college football predictions. I want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Comment below. Who do you see winning in week number 8 of the college football season? Who do you see winning those huge matchups in week 8 with UCLA versus Oregon, Syracuse versus Clemson, Texas versus Oklahoma State, and Kansas State versus TCU? And as always, let's have a conversation about it. Of course, if you are a college football fan, represent them in the comments. And as always, I will see your comment, like it, and of course reply right back to you, because comments and your opinions are absolutely always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching my Week 8 college football predictions today. Again, thank you guys so very much for all the support. Now, before you guys go, as always, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you guys can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button to become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. We are getting dangerously close to 1,100 subscribers on the channel. So again, thank you guys so very much for all the support. Truly blessed to have you guys part of this family, this dangerous alliance. And if you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet, what are you guys waiting for? If you're a fan of professional wrestling when it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling, All Elite Wrestling, WWE, and Ring of Honor, and you're a fan of professional sports when it comes to the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, the NFL, and college football, super kick that subscribe button, folks. It's free, and you become part of this bigger, dangerous alliance. And I will see you guys later today for my Week 7 NFL predictions and my official 2022 Major League Baseball postseason, American League and National League championship predictions. Later days, guys, and as always, stay dangerous and peace.